Welcome back to Dad Deals. If you've ever wanted to change the chrome emblems of your car or truck to a more modern matte black or really any other color, I'm going to show you how it's probably way easier and way cheaper than you might think. I'm going to walk you through the entire process, and I was able to change mine from this to this, all for under $10. The product we'll be using in this video is called Plasti Dip, and this video isn't sponsored in any way by them, but I will have affiliate links in the description below to both Walmart and Amazon where you can grab a can. At the time, Walmart was the cheaper option, and I was able to pick up a can which was enough for me to do 3 emblems for just around $6. You'll also need some painter's tape for this project and some sort of masking material like newspaper or brown paper like I have here. So stay tuned, and as always, like the video if you find it helpful and subscribe to my channel. So we're going to be changing the color of the emblems on this 2024 Chevy Colorado. I love the way that this tan and matte black look together, and Chevy did a great job of putting these two colors around the truck, but for some reason it seems like they left out these Colorado emblems. I just think it would look much better if those emblems were also matte black. So this is really a perfect candidate to change. So there are 3 of these emblems on the truck. There's one on the driver's side door, the passenger side door, and the tailgate, and we're going to be changing all of them. Or I should say spraying all of them. So first things first, you want to make sure the truck or car is clean. I just gave mine a wash here so it is ready to go. So the next thing up is to start your masking. When you do your masking, you're going to make a box out of the painter's tape right around the emblem. And it might seem counterproductive, but you actually want some of the car's paint to show through, and you want enough of it to where you're going to be able to peel it back easily. So the way that Plasti Dip works is it makes a coating onto the car that you're going to be able to peel, and it's a really forgiving material. You can actually spray this stuff anywhere on the car and peel it right off as soon as it dries. But it's also a very long-term and durable material as well, so it really is just an awesome product. This will hold up to car washes and weather. And I know people that have had it on their car for years without any signs of wear, but you can also be able to peel it off if you ever did want to go back to this chrome look. So once you have your square of painter's tape around the emblem, you're going to want to start adding your masking with your paper, and this is just to prevent any overspray. If you do have any overspray, it is pretty easy to wipe off with a microfiber cloth, but if you can avoid any of it, it's always best to do so. So make sure you take time to prepare the area. So you'll want to do about 6 to 7 coats, and allow about 15 minutes in between each coat for it to dry. You'll want to make sure all angles of the emblem are covered, so you might want to do a coat from the top, from the bottom, on each side, and then straight on. And kind of like I said earlier, this stuff is very forgiving, and it's actually counter to what you might think. You actually want to get a nice thick layer on the actual car paint, so you'll have something easy to pull from. If you do too good of a job of masking and get it right up to the letters, it's actually going to make the job harder when you go to peel it. So don't be scared to put nice thick coats on it. So after about 6 to 7 coats, you'll want to inspect the emblem, make sure all sides are nice and covered, make sure it's a nice smooth finish, and then you can go ahead and remove all of your masking. So you'll start pulling the Plasti Dip around all of the letters, and it's actually pretty amazing how easy this stuff comes off. Unfortunately, since my truck is the Colorado and that's the emblem that we're doing, we do have a lot of O's, and we also have R's and A's that have little gaps in them. So to get at those, you're going to want to use a toothpick or something similar. And I found the easiest way is to kind of start at a corner and kind of roll the toothpick to where the Plasti Dip will stick to it, and then you can kind of pull it out of those letters. One also trick to this stuff is to pull it away from where you're trying to break it off from, almost like you're taking off one of those command hooks, and it should break cleanly from your letters. But you'll want to take your time on this. If you do get any areas that do take off the Plasti Dip from the actual letter, which I ran into a couple times, you can always get maybe a kid's paintbrush and paint over those areas by spraying some of the Plasti Dip onto your masking material on the ground somewhere, and then rolling that kid's paintbrush in it and kind of touching up as you go. But that only happened in a few places, and I think if you take your time or have easy letters to do, then O's, R's, and A's, you should be fine and have no issues. But once you're done peeling, you just run a microfiber cloth around any of the areas that still have a little bit of that overspray, and it should just wipe right off. But I absolutely love the way mine turned out. I think it just complements the truck and just makes it look complete and finished. So if you've ever wanted to do a job like this, don't be scared of it. It really is very DIY friendly. Thanks for watching. As always, like the video. If you found it helpful, subscribe to my channel so you never miss a video, and I will catch you next time on Dad Deals.